Just a boy, Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am. But right in front of me was the answer. On Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. Ho, ho, ho.
Hello, Star Wars fans. You know there's just 166 days until Christmas 2023. Oh, and I have been really busy, been recording a lot of Thrawn content for all of you over on our Patreon. I just posted 12 chapters of Thrawn Alliances today, as well as we have the entire 2017 Thrawn novel, and I plan to have Alliances completely posted by the end of next week, and then move on to the third book in that series so that we can finish the entire trilogy before the Ahsoka series debuts. Oh, and so at this time, I am absolutely sure all of you have already seen the trailer. You've probably seen lots of reactions and breakdowns of it. I thought I would go ahead and break it down as well so that we could take a look at it. I've got a couple of things that I've noted that I haven't really picked up on other folks covering just yet. So I will do that. And then if you guys have any questions, we can answer those as we go along. I'll interact with the chat. And yes, Mike Porter, I'm live. Oh, here I am, live and in person. I know I didn't give you a heads up. We don't have a Star Wars related dad joke, but I do have your dad joke that you posted today. And just so that I don't forget that, let me go ahead and tell you guys the Mike Porter dad joke that he posted today. I really liked it. It says, "What do you call an older spy? What do you call an older spy? A secret aged man." Oh, there you have it. Hey, look, there's X-Wing. Good to see you. My goodness, haven't been able to touch base with you in a while. It's so good to see you, my friend. I hope life is treating you well. And I haven't been able to keep up with all that you've been up to here lately. But it's great to see you here. And what I would like to do, and as you say, hope this shows everything you're hoping for. Well, I've got some hopes. and let me say, I've got some fears. And as much as some people have been let down by some earlier projects that maybe didn't affect me the same way, this one series is the one that has the potential to derail me because my hopes are so high, especially as it relates to Thrawn. And it's why I've been posting so much Thrawn content on our Patreon and trying to make sure all of you have all the background information. In fact, I've got a standalone video about Thrawn. It's an excerpt from a prior live stream that I'll be posting after this today. It's already uploaded. It's already ready to go. I just need to hit make it public, and so we'll do that right after the the case. And yeah, it's because I don't actually hate everything. I'm worried. I'm really worried because if they don't have Thrawn, his motivations, his character, his true inner character reflected in this series, it's liable to cause some problems. And I can cover that in a little bit. But here we go. Let's get into this trailer, and I think we can discuss some things. I'll be doing it really slow. I've got it set at 0.25 playback speed. Hey, Vader's Lair is here as well. Look, we've got my friend Sheev the Wise. We've got X-Wing. We've got Mike Popcorn Porter. Star Wars Fitz is here. We've got a ton of our good friends in the chat. And Fitz gave me a super chat the other day that I completely forgot to highlight. Fitz, thank you so much for the super chat. You've been fantastic. Novak and Filoni, we trust. Plus, Timothy Zahn was there for consulting. He was. He was. So, very good. And T-Dog said, I just opened some Thrawn books. I can't wait. It should be great. NPC Epic Battles. Baymax. Hey, my friend Baymax is here. Took some time from the beach to come visit us. We give him a hard time about that. Nick from Bespin Bulletin. Nick is here. We've got a ton of folks here with us. So let's. Star Wars Eddie. It inspired you to make your own Star Wars channel. I am honored. I'm absolutely honored, and I'm blown away. Thank you for that, Eddie. This is a great place. Talk about Star Wars, and everybody has their own sort of background, the thing that they fell in love with Star Wars over, and we all have our own different tastes. So hopefully, there's a lot there that I look forward to hearing from you as well. So let's get this started. And the trailer opens up in space, and again, I've got it playing at 0.25 speed, and we see this like Lambda shuttle coming in, right? Or is it right? So I just want to get to some of these scenes. Hold on. Balin, war is inevitable. This is interesting. When it opens, we see Balin. I just missed it. I was going slow and still missed it. You see Balin standing there. Let me stop this here. Hey, Fan Textures here. 23 months of membership. Fan Texture, thank you for that, my friend. Good to see you here, Adam. It says, sorry, Filoni, Obi-Wan is the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, Dave Filoni opened up a can of worms there, didn't he? I've heard that Rey is the bestest Jedi ever. Look, I could start a fight just like anybody else. Look at me. But no, I want to stop here because we see Balin talking to this dude. He's certainly arrived. It starts off congenial enough, and notice this dude in the background over here. Right, we've got a sort of somebody from the Republic. It's a Republic helmet, kind of Republic outfit that he's got going on. Pay close attention to that. I want to tie in another scene here in a little bit to this. And so there, Shin pulls out the orange saber. I want to note about these orange sabers. There's been a lot of talk about, are these orange sabers because these aren't Sith, they're not fully Sith, and when they're bleeding them, I think it's very possible with Dave's connection to EU material. He's been bringing in some EU material, and with that, these could be in the EU, the Sith or the the bad guys. They use manufactured crystals. These are they're not generically made, or they're not naturally made. They're not naturally formed. These are like the I'm trying to remember the name. It's like the cubic zirconium diamonds, right? You're grown in a lab. That's the same thing. Yeah, synthetic. Thank you, Vader's Lair. Synthetic crystals. In the EU, they use synthetic crystals. That's what made their lightsabers red. But in some of the early Vader art, his lightsaber had this orangish color. So I think that Filoni is giving us a tie back to Legends with the synthetic crystals. That's why they're orange, and Vader's original artwork. I think that's what's going on. At least that's what I hope what's going on. So yeah, she's getting ready to attack this dude. We've got our Mon Cal here, and This is one must destroy, and she cuts the Mon in half. The dude raises his blaster. Again, pay attention. These guys here are, this is out of sequence, right? These guys here are being, their blaster bolts, I think, are getting reflected back to them. Star Wars Theory mentioned that. I agree with him. I think they're shooting at Balin. Balin's over here, and they're shooting at him. He's reflecting the blaster bolts back at them and hitting them with their own shots. So boom, they shoot it. See how it comes right back? It's like it went out and it came right back, and then it came off of him and it hit the wall, right? So that's what happened there. It says you have to destroy in order to create. And there you see the other point of view, right? As he's going down the hallway, he's hitting those blaster shots, and they're bouncing back. I think, again, this is a theory, that Balin is there to get something. He's obviously not coming there to, he's not trying to escape somewhere. We saw him talking to the dude nice and casually until Shin lost her temper. Right? So Balin here is getting ready, is looking for something. He says, "I'm here for." I think he's saying Ahsoka Tano. I think he's there saying, "I am here for Ahsoka Tano. Where are you hiding her? Where is she?" And the guy's like, "I don't know any Ahsoka Tano. What are you talking about, Ahsoka Tano?" And he's like, "Not having it. And so we'll go find her ourselves." And they start attacking this base. I'll tell you why I think that here in just a moment. It'll become apparent. There he's choking that dude. We're tossing folks around, making our way through that base. He says, "We are no Jedi," right? And then he stabs the guy through. Again, this stuff's all cut out of order. Obviously, this happened before the other stuff. So, like, he's standing there talking to the guy. She cuts the Monkara in half. He stabs the guy. We're no Jedi, and make their way in. Then they're pushing people. They're deflecting blaster bolts. They're doing all the things, right? So we get our shot of Ahsoka. I started hearing whispers of, we heard this before. I want to stop it here. We're hearing whispers of the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn, heir to the Empire. There's some thoughts I have about this as well, because she's hearing thoughts about the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn. He hasn't returned at this point. He's still missing. We know that he's been gone, and based on the leaks that we got from Making Star Wars, Jason Ward, and from Bespin Bulletin, I believe that the first 4 episodes are going to be before Thrawn comes back, and the last 4 involve Thrawn and Thrawn coming back. So this quote about we're hearing rumors of a return of Thrawn as heir to the Empire might be way late, not early, because he isn't back yet. If he's not back yet, what's the rumors of his return, right? Oh, Fitz, thank you for that. Let me hit this little guy here too. So I think that very well could be out of order. And this here looks like a real life adaptation of the portal into the world between worlds that Ezra Bridger opened because he was able to, I had to pause you. I'm not going to talk too much about leaks. I know you're trying to avoid those, Sheaf. I'm not going to talk a lot about that. I just bring it up because I think that if he's not back, and she's saying I've heard rumors of him coming back, that may be later in the series after he has kind of come into the, and not at the beginning while he's still missing, right? So if the beginning is her searching for him, then he wouldn't be back. This next part here, there's a portal for the world between worlds in Rebels. In it, you see the Father, which is this balance of the Force, the Son, who is like the dark side of the Force, and the daughter, who's the light side of the Force. There's a great big story about that. That's absolutely worth watching. You should go back to the Clone Wars and watch that. But and Rebels, you should absolutely watch the whole World Between Worlds thing with Rebels. In that, uh, the Ezra is able to use the Force, and these images on the wall change their hand motions, and it opens the World Between Worlds, and he's able to enter it. This could very well be another portal, and this could be the daughter. And when you see Ahsoka at this time, she has already been to the World Between Worlds. She's already been to Mortis. The Morai, that little owl that follows her around, is like the embodiment of this chick here, right? And so um, Ahsoka already has some of the life force of this lady in her. So if that's the case, when she comes here, she may be able to open the portal through here. This might be where she enters into the World Between Worlds. Not exactly sure, right? Yeah, World Between Worlds is going to be in it. I think, right? This is I'm putting pieces together. A lot of this is my theory. I'm looking for that. I hate the World Between Worlds, so I'm torn. Well, I have, I absolutely get. I hate time travel outside of Back to the Future. Back to the Future, time travel is great. It's a great series, great trilogy. We don't necessarily need it in Star Wars. I agree with that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Purgles here in a little bit, but if they go to the World Between Worlds, this could be the portal to it. I also don't think we see World Between Worlds in this trailer at all. There's some people been saying that. Here she's saying of Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire. And I got thoughts about Thrawn returning as heir to the Empire. We'll talk about that maybe a little bit later. Get through the trailer first, I think. So we've seen this before in the trailer. Here we have a bit of a ancient rune, and here they're gathering. You see Balin and Shin here coming out of their ship into this area, and they're going to meet with Morgan Elsbeth here. We'll see her in a little bit. We saw Morgan Elsbeth already before in Mandalorian season 2 when Ahsoka, the episode with Ahsoka. She was the lady that had the Beskar spear that Ahsoka beat to get the spear. Don't think she killed her. Think that she took the spear. so there's that. So here they are. They're showing up to the place, and it gives us a little bit of this. Let's get there. So there's Shin. What happens when we find Thrawn? They're looking for him. So I think this happens much earlier. There've been maybe the introduction to them. Like we've never seen them before. What happens? So what happens when we do find him? We haven't found him yet. We're looking for him. So he's not back as heir to the Empire, right? I've heard rumors of his return as heir to the Empire. He's not back yet. Here they're looking for him. What happens when we find him? Balin says, there we go. Morgan Elsbeth, this is the lady I was talking about. Believe she's a Night Sister. If you've watched Clone Wars and Rebels, you know Night Sisters are Force users, but they use it more like magic. They believe it's more like magic. They don't call it the Force. They have magic. They imbue life into dead people. They did that with that's how Maul comes back when he's sliced in half. They bring him back to life. They also put their power into Thrawn's brother for a while, and then he's got this like green mist in him. And when Thrawn or when Maul finally dies, you see that mist come out of him again. So they can use their power to bring back to life those who are dead and animate them with their magic. That's the kind of Force user that the Night Sisters are. And if she's a Night Sister, and if she could use the Force, then it's very possible she could be doing that kind of thing too, right? Not enough bricks and screws. Very funny, very funny. So there's Morgan, and and I noted this yesterday. I saw that Jason noted this as well. This green flame under here, it could be Night Sister magic. If this is Night Sister magic, and then she's using Night Sister magic for this like star chart, then she has this ability, right? So she can use the Force as a magic, and she's making the star chart appear, and that green flame is an indicator of that. Perhaps she's put like a cauldron down there. She's made this like manifestation that's then cropping up here. That's what we could be seeing. I think that's very possible. And she's got this star chart here, and he says power such as you've never dreamed. Why would they be getting power such as they've never dreamed? Well, it's because of Morgan, right? If she can use the Force this way, and you see that little green flames coming out of this pedestal. If she could use the Force this way, and she's got this little star chart, in the Night Sisters, the power that they have, then he's referring to her sisters, like more Night Sisters. What happens when we find Thrawn? We find more of her sisters, and when we get them, we have a bunch of Force users, power like we've never seen before. Like they're legit. They're not Sith, right? But they use the dark magic to do things, right? Yeah, she green magic's always evil, so we know she's a baddie. And then you see this star chart that starts to come up around them here at this temple. This ties in, and you can see even like on these pedestals over here that the light is kind of coming up through these stones with markers on them. There's markers here. There's some markers over here on this one, right? See the markers going up? It could be that these are going to start aligning to objects they see on the chart to give them some direction to where you're going to go finding, right? Yeah, expect Mandalorian type runtimes. And if you watched Katie Sackhoff's Blah 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 show that she did with Bryce Dallas Howard, you'll see that Bryce says the more special effects you have, the shorter the episodes, because it takes a lot of extra work to get all that special effects done. Could be that these episodes will be on the shorter end rather than the longer end, because a lot of these have pretty heavy special effects, right? Fits. I don't think there'll be any WD World Between Worlds in this series. I think you're wrong, Fitz. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. Yeah, Meg. Hey, hello, my friend. Leia, the rumor, I saw you post this on your Discord earlier, that Leia could be the surprise person to show up. She fits within the time period, not only Leia, but Han, Luke, all of them fit within the time period. It's absolutely possible we could see one or more of them. And in the context of the New Republic government and Mon Mothma that we're going to see here in a moment, then you could see Leia appear in there as well. So let's move on. You see this star chart coming up and around them. There's been some confusion about this. This is absolutely a star chart like we saw back in the prequel era when Obi-Wan's looking for the missing planet, or Qui-Gon's looking for the missing planet. They put a star chart up, and Yoda talks to him. We also see it in the sequels where there's a star chart there as well that's kind of projected around them. That's what we're seeing here. This star chart projected around, and perhaps those things on those monuments help direct them towards a thing, right? We'll see. I missed you too, Meg. I have missed you too. Think about you a lot. Really, I look forward to getting to talk with you again soon. So there's Shin coming into a New Republic vessel, um, wreaking havoc. There's some speculation about what exactly are they looking for. I mentioned before, I think they're looking for Ahsoka, and I'll tell you why in a moment. I think they're searching for Ahsoka. They may also be on the lookout for the thing that put that star chart up, and they give it to Morgan. Morgan took them there, and they project the star chart because this is the piece we needed. Just like in the sequel trilogy in Force Awakens, they didn't have the piece that showed where Luke was on that star chart. So we had to put the pieces together. It could be that she needs that piece before they can put the star chart up that's going to show them where to go find Thrawn. So that's very possible. It's very possible that that's what else they're looking for. And I'll tie this together in a moment. So here we get a bunch of ships. This is New Republic vessels. And Hera. I spent most of my life fighting a war. And just a note about her. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. Meg's talked about it. We've chatted about it a lot. I think that the coloration for her is looking a lot better. One of the things that looked off early, I think her lipstick color was a little too dark. In this case, it appears lightened, so it looks more like natural and the way it was in Rebels. I miss our streams too, Megan. Very soon, very soon. I hope we get back on a regular schedule so we can jibber jabber together. That'd be great. So here's this is the inside of the Ghost, right? We're inside the Ghost here. She's chasing, and I think we're going to get a very big Ghost announcement from Hasbro very soon. Very soon. I think so. That's what we're expecting. So, this little thing here, this is a vessel that attaches to the Ghost. So that I hope that we get that as well. So here you go. Chopper, the murder droid. There he is. Chopper looks absolutely fantastic. Yeah, the no pattern lines on Hera's Leku. I suspect maybe we will see some of that, but it doesn't stand out at this point anyway. Yeah, that's the Phantom, as Nerd Mafia said. That's the name of that little vessel that comes out of the Ghost. So the Ghost has a port, like a docking port on it, and the Phantom 2, they attached there, and that's where they can launch out of, right? So there's Chopper. Chopper looks great. Of course, Dave Filoni voices him in Rebels, and I hope we get plenty of Chopper sass and some of that Dave Filoni chatter in there as well. It says, "What's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one." So here's where we see the New Republic folks standing by. Here's Mon Mothma there, Mon Mothma right in the middle, and we got some. Yeah, the Phantom 1 didn't make it. I know. Yeah, it's the Phantom 2. Yeah. So she's trying to warn them about this battle that's coming. Trying to prevent another war. Mon Mothma is trying to de-escalate, demilitarize at that time. Hey, Real Ben, do you think there's a chance any background Rebels characters make an appearance around the rebellion side? Like Callus, Agent Callus I know that's what you intended there. I'm not sure about Agent Callus. There's a lot of speculation about Zeb. We saw Zeb in season 3 of The Mandalorian. We know that he's there. So Zeb is a major character there. And when we last saw Zeb and Callus went together. So Callus theoretically should be back. The one person that I keep thinking of from Rebels who has a bit of white facial hair, not Rex, not Rex. There's another very famous person from Rebels that has this mane of white hair. You guys will tell me. I'm not telling you. You got to tell me. You know who I mean. Yes, Ryder Azadi. Ryder Azadi. Where's Ryder been? And if we're on, I am dying to see Ryder Azadi. We're going to be on his home planet. We're going to be hanging around where he hangs around. We have every opportunity in the world to see Ryder. We haven't seen him in live action yet. I think we need to see Ryder, Vader, Vader's lair. I'm done now. We need Ryder Azadi. Absolutely. We need that. So there we get Hera talking to Mon Mothma. Yes, Ryder hype. We need to build the Ryder Azadi hype. The hype train needs to build. Oops, I muted myself for a second. Sorry. And you know who could help with this. You both know who can help with this. Talking to Ahsoka. And so we go back to Lothal. And there we go. Ahsoka says she's being just as ever. Sabine right there. We need Loth wolves. Yes, we do need Loth wolves. There's Sabine. This is really difficult to piece pieces together. Um, but no, I'm not kicking Piper under the. Piper's the name of the dog that's barking. You're right about that. It's not from me. It's hard to piece these pieces together. One thing that we see at the very end of Rebels, in that like epilogue scene, Ahsoka shows up and she's got this long staff, right? It's a big white staff, and we call her Ahsoka the White because her outfit's white. We never see her wearing that white outfit. We never see that staff. There's a lot of assumption like this scene, the things going on around this scene are around that scene. Like that scene and this tied together. I don't think so. I don't think that's we've seen that yet. I'm shocked that we haven't seen that yet. It's really easy to take that epilogue scene, put Ahsoka the White with that staff, but we haven't seen it. I'm really, really hoping that we get to see that. So here we are on Lothal, and we've got Sabine riding the bike through there. I think she looks great. I saw we were talking about this yesterday, and look, it's fantastic. Now, this is the tough part, right? Because there's some talk here. Is she force sensitive? There's some discussion where she says, "I'll bet your master found you." Let me back up just a little bit. Go back. She's still just as stubborn as ever, Ahsoka says about Sabine, right? And then the next quote we see, we're here, we make the connection to Sabine and says, Hera says, "I'll bet your master found you difficult at times," meaning Anakin found Ahsoka difficult at times. Ahsoka says, "Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked away from him just as I walked away," right? I walked away from him just as I walked away from Sabine. Oh boy. What do we mean? So here's Ahsoka and Sabine. This is the shot where you think, well, okay, this ties into that epilogue scene of Rebels. And I don't think it does. I think this is a different encounter they have here. But if Sabine is force sensitive and Ahsoka was training her and then walked away, Ahsoka was her master. As Anakin was her master, she is Sabine's master. And that's what Hera is saying. "I bet your master found you difficult. You find Sabine difficult." They're trying to make us think that Sabine trained under Ahsoka. And I mean, either that's the case, or Ahsoka walked away from her just as she did with Grogu and said, "I'm not going to train. That's not my thing," right? She could be doing the same here, saying, "I'm not going to train. That's not my thing." She walked away from Sabine, where Sabine wanted her to train her, and she says no. That's a possibility. Yeah. just as she walked away from Sabine. Is she force sensitive? Very possible she's force sensitive. It's hard to tell, right? Sabine says, "You never made things easy for me." This supports that she never made things easy, then she must have trained with her sometime. And we've got this city landscape here with some target points on it. That's got something to do with the story, but it's not. They're having a discussion, right? We tie back to this shot of Sabine. There we go. Now this is the other part that's come up. This droid. This, as Meg pointed out in her video today, was a Kenner action figure of R2D2 back in the day, long, long time ago. It looked a lot like this. Didn't look like R2. It looked like this. And so here we've taken that R2 figure from Kenner years ago, like before most of you all were born, certainly before Meg was born, this R2D2 figure. And now they've actually canonized it as a astromech droid. What is its designation? Is it a predecessor to BB-8? We don't know. Is it some sort of hybrid in between? We don't know. It looks more like an R2 kind of unit, but really, really cool. Really cool. And this would be great. Our folks over at Hasbro have to be absolutely thrilled to death with this. They're saying, oh, we can take the old mold and we can just start making new ones. That's probably going to happen, but we'll see what happens there. That's pretty exciting. And there, Sabine calls her master. Either she trained under and she's just saying, "You're still my master. You have that designation to me," or "I wanted you to be, and you walked away, and that's still what I recognize you to be." I think that's the case. It's no, not before you were born, Mike Porter. As long as Hasbro doesn't forget the blurgs, am I right? No kidding. But here we go. Is Sabine force sensitive? Did Sabine train under Ahsoka as a Padawan? I think yes. I think yes. I think that's absolutely true. Will they show Luke's first interaction with Ahsoka? I think eventually we'll see that somewhere, probably in a comic or in a book, probably not on screen. I know that makes some folks sad, but that's, yeah. Not much was born before Mike Porter. Isn't that right? Yes. Adam, you're absolutely right, Fanjecture. Absolutely. Speaking of Hasbro, any word on the next HasLab yet? Yes, there's an announcement coming up very soon. It's going to be revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. Baymax is putting here. And it is heavily rumored that it is the Ghost. We all believe it's going to be the Ghost. At this point, it's not an official, yes, they're releasing the Ghost. But unofficially, everybody knows it's supposed to be the Ghost. It's going to be a vintage collection scale Ghost HasLab that you'll see here in Ahsoka series that we've seen already in Rebels. So there's that. There's that. Fitz, you're going to go in timeout. You're being naughty. You're being naughty. So here's Ahsoka in her regular attire. Right, she's been talking to Sabine. And there's Sabine talking with, or looking at this old thing from Ezra. This is old. This has been here for some time. This isn't a new communication from Ezra to her. She's had this and she's replaying it. This before he was purgled out, right? The space whales before they took him out, right? Do you think Sabine trained as a Force user? Yes. I don't think she just trained as a saber. I don't think it was just combat techniques. I think it was actually some Force training involved there as well. I'll talk about that in a moment as well. Right? It says, as a Jedi, sometimes you have to make... it's interesting they chose to play this one too, right? The decision no one else can, but I'm counting on you to see this through. He's talking about himself here. As a Jedi, he has to make a decision, do what no one else can. And he's counting on her to see it through. And here she's cutting off her long hair. and she's putting her Mando armor back on. When we saw her earlier, she didn't have the Mando armor on, right? She kind of moved away from that. Here she put the Mando armor back on, and she's talking to uh, Ahsoka. Yeah, nice haircut. And look here, we've got this is another thing I want to point out because you got to pay really close attention to the details. You see Ahsoka wearing this traditional outfit, Sabine with short hair wearing her Mando outfit, and we've got our droid making, our saber making droid back here, right? This again comes for the folks that don't watch all the things and don't know all the things. This guy here helped the Padawans make their first sabers. He was the droid involved in that. So he's been tied to the Jedi Temple for a long time. He's been tied to Jedi training for a long time. He's been around. This guy helps make lightsabers. That's what he does, right? So pay attention to him in different contexts, right? Yeah. So they make their way out. August 23rd is coming. Fitz, I need some coal in my stocking. I see you. This again comes from an earlier trailer. We've seen that as well. And this, the speculation is this is a shipyard where Morgan Elsbeth is building a new fleet for Thrawn when he comes back. She's loyal to him, and she's been building him a fleet. He's got the seventh fleet that we were purgled away. We'll talk about Purgle again in a moment as well. But she's building him a new fleet for when he comes back. We've talked about kind of parallels or borrowing story points from Heir to the Empire. Morgan Elsbeth could be building him the fleet that he in the Heir to the Empire novels he gets, right? That trilogy, he goes and gets the Lost Katana fleet. It could not be the lost. Maybe it's not the Lost Katana fleet. Maybe it's not a lost fleet. Maybe it's a built fleet that Morgan Elsbeth is making, and this is like the shipyard where she's making his new fleet, right? And so Ahsoka is there again. She's looking for Thrawn. Where is he? She's following clues, and there's a battle. Oh, we're having a fight. Here's a great big. It's either it looks like an engine, right? It's an engine component right above here. And you see another one back there. They're building great big engines that are going to go in these ships, right? And she's fighting an Inquisitor. We'll see this Inquisitor again in a minute. You see the round blade here, right? It's got the round blade. She encounters him more than once. We see him here in the shipyard, but we see him somewhere else too. And we have a name for this guy, actually. And it came up in some of the official merchandising. And that merchandising, let me see if I can find his name for you all real quick. And Meg covered this as well, is Merrick. Marrok. Merrick. This guy, and he is played by a stunt guy called Paul Darnell. Paul Darnell plays Merrick. That's the dude you see here. In fact, let me see if I can open this link. There you go, so you guys can see it. Here you go. You can see the link if I scroll down. This is official Disney publication stuff. This is in their media key, right? They have a media set. And you go down and it says project title, Star Wars Ahsoka. Caption, Merrick by Paul Darnell. This is it. And thanks to Matt Risman for cluing me in on this. So, and this is copyright 2023 Lucasfilm. This is some of their media set. And they put his name right there, Merrick. So that's the dude. That's this dude, Merrick. Yeah. So we have that. And let's keep going. Yeah, Vader's lair. Yeah. Keep going. She's fighting with him there. Sometimes we have to do what's right, Ahsoka says. We see, regardless of our personal feelings, and Sabine here looking at Ezra, thinking fondly. If you go back and watch Rebels, there's a couple things that pop out. One is that Hera and Kanan Jarrus are a thing, right? They're an item. They end up having a kid. First time I watched it, I didn't pick up on it. Second time or third time or whatever, I watched it. It's very obvious from the very beginning. They're flirting with one another. They've got a romantic relationship. The other is that Ezra has a huge crush on Sabine, and Sabine's like completely like brushing him off, not interested. But here she seems to have some personal feelings for him, and that's what Ahsoka's saying. Oh, here we go. We're fighting. We're fighting. There's Sabine operating the guns. We're shooting things. Woohoo! Oh, Purgle! So here's the first shot of a Purgle. The space whales that took the Seventh Fleet, took Thrawn, his Star Destroyer, took Ezra, all of them away, and they've been missing since, right? Yeah, I haven't seen Jason Syndulla. We haven't seen him except for in the Lego set thing. But here's a space whale. The size of it is it's huge. It's huge, and you see it coming up out of some clouds. Could be the planet where Ezra kind of interacts with them before and starts to build a connection to them. And they kind of feed on some energy that's on this planet that the Empire was mining stuff out of. It very well could be back to that planet where these space whales, right, the Purgle, where the Purgle feed. And we could be coming back there because we know they go there, right? To me, it kind of looks like they're coming up out of an atmosphere, not just out in space. So that very well could be the case here. They're coming up out of there. Those are space whales. Ahsoka's like, whoa, there we go. Oh, here's where I wanted to stop. Remember all that nonsense I said way back at the very beginning? I was talking some crazy talk. Look here. What's Ahsoka wearing? And Matt Risbon kind of got me thinking about this because he sent me thinking, what's this thing on her shoulder? We don't need to talk about that necessarily. It could be a Republic symbol. It's kind of tough to tell. But she's wearing this outfit. And I think Balin and Shin may have been looking for her. She was hiding. And she's wearing the suit that those New Republic folks were wearing. So I think things are like, it's the galactic. It is the Galactic Republic symbol. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, I think that's it. I think this ties to the very beginning of the trailer. Later in the series, where Balin and Shin go to that base, and I think they're saying, "Where's this lady?" And they're like, "We don't know this lady." And they're like, "We think you do know this lady," and they kill everybody looking for this lady, and she leaves. And that's why she's wearing that. It's a theory. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's my theory. I think that this is it. And you notice she's already got she's already got Sabine with her with the short hair. So this, I think, maybe this whole thing may be way out of order. Especially the first part where Balin and Shin are in that vessel, right? Hey, Astromech Jeremy, good to see you here. And we're flying. Oh, pay attention here. These are Purgle again, and this is a Purgle. They're shooting, but they're not shooting at the Purgle. They're having a little battle here, and you can tell these are the tentacles of the Purgle. So, think about Purgle. Yeah, they're huge space whales, right? They're great big whales, but they have kind of squid-like tentacles behind them. That's what these are. These are the Purgle's tentacles, and they're flying through. Remember what I said, right? These Purgle, they feed on this one planet. There's energy in there that they go down into clouds, and there's stuff in there that they feed on, and they come up back out of them. That's where Ezra first found them. The Empire had a base there, and they infiltrated the base. There was a whole thing. This would explain why we're having a little shooty action. If they go to that planet where the Empire had a base, right? Then yeah, they eat fuel basically, right? That's exactly right, Nerd Mafia. They basically eat fuel. If that's where there's a remnant base or something like that, and Ahsoka shows up, that's what we're fighting. And the Purgle are here, right? These are their tentacles. So if you missed that, those are Purgle tentacles. There you can kind of get a shot of it as well. All right, and away we go. If we don't stop Thrawn and talking to short-haired Sabine, and there's Thrawn, there he is. Everything will be in vain. What's she mean? Everything will be in vain. Everything what? What vain? What? Everything what? This is after Return of the Jedi, right? So we've had the Emperor killed. What would everything be in vain? The destruction of the Empire? If he comes back, the Empire comes back, and then all that's lost because uh, uh, the defeat of the Empire. We're rebuilding the New Republic. Now we get a, a rise of the Empire back to its strength. And I want to talk about this guy again. I can't quit talking about this guy. Thrawn, you see the red glowy eyes. I was happy to see that. It looks like they've got this absolutely done right. It looks great. It looks fantastic. And of course, the guy who voiced him in Rebels, the voice we know is Thrawn, unless you listen to the audiobooks, which I've done. But the voice you know from Rebels is the guy that you see right there. And I heard it said, if you pay close attention, let me go back. If you pay close attention, you can see something in the background here. Oh, yep, right there. There's a figure here. It's kind of got eyes, right? There's a figure back there in the corner. And then keep watching. Everything will be in vain. We don't get him. Here's what makes me think. So here you see Sabine laying on the floor of this forest area, and she's holding her hand up. Why? What's she doing there? What's this about? Right? It's like, no, don't talk to me. No, go away. Or is she force pushing somebody away who is a threat to her? I think this very well could be a force push. She's pushing Shin to not attack her here, giving her a chance to get back on her feet. I think that's what this is. I think this is a force push. Yeah, talk to the hand. Talk to the hand. Skywalker, she's force pulling the saber. Could be that as well. But I think, is this Dathomir? Could be Dathomir, but it also could be the planet from season 2 where Morgan was. That planet. Whatever it is. Could be. But and you see her wearing more of the Mando stuff here. Yeah, she's force pushing. Short hair, Sabine. There's Shin. You have no power. There, Corvus. That's it. Thanks, Dale. Yeah, this could be Corvus. And they're fighting. Here she's gotten back on her feet, or it's vice versa. It's before she fell down, right? And now we get this other sight. There's a scene in the trailer where you see Ahsoka come onto a platform. She takes her sabers, puts them in the ground, and spins around and makes a hole, falls through the hole. Very well could be that same planet where this is happening. Although these rocks look like the same rocks where Morgan was doing that projection, and she had that pedestal shooting up the constellations. It very well could be that Ahsoka catches up to them there, and this is the fight that's taking place. Fitz, you're looking for a fight. It's not the world between worlds. This could be the same place where Morgan Elsbeth was with Balin and Shin, and Ahsoka arrives later and disrupts what's going on there. He's trying to study where we need to go to find Thrawn, or it could be the same place, right? Matt says, I also think the projection on the table that Ahsoka and Sabine was looking at was a projection of this place. Very well could be, all right? I was purpled in an uncharted distant part of the galaxy. All I got was this crummy empire. Crumbles to the Empire. It's true. Space Starbucks. Oh, Space Starbucks. That's it. That's it. So, yeah, they have a fight here. Not sure if it's the exact same place where Morgan was before or not, or if this is the place where she cut the hole in the floor and it's got a star chart as well. But this is a star chart they're having a battle at. This is definitely the place where she cut the hole in the floor. Definitely the place. You see her ships leaving, and she comes running out. Right, so she's down here. She's running out. There's a big old bomb getting ready to take place. You see a big fire here. Right, the bomb is exploded here, and she's running. Right, and she's trying to get to her ship as that bomb's going off, and it's um, oh yeah. I did not mention there's another part where Vader. You can hear Vader breathing, and that's back here in this part of the trailer where she meets Baylan. It says Anakin spoke highly of you. You can hear Vader's respirator in here. I think that's audio for overlay for the trailer. I don't know that it's necessarily the same. That's part of the audio from the actual, what's happening. We'll see. So yeah, she catches her ship. This place is blowing up. There's some theory. I saw Star Wars theory mentioned it. She could be blowing up the portal to the world between worlds. This could be after she visits the world between worlds, where we saw the statue or the engraving on the wall that looked a bit like the sister or the daughter, all the way at the beginning of the trailer. She could have gone, cut the hole, went down, went to that place, opened the portal, went in the portal, saw the things, came back out of the portal, said this place is too dangerous, and blows it up. Right? That could be what's going on. Does this trailer have the first live action shot of the cockpit of the Ghost? Yes, I think it does, Jeremy. Back at the beginning when we see Hera flying, I think that's in the Ghost. Pretty sure that's in the Ghost. There's Hyung. Here, I want you guys to pay attention again because this is our lightsaber dude, right? He helps the younglings make lightsabers. Is the droid that's been around for ages and ages. I want to pay attention here. He's sitting in the back of the ship. This is not the same. There you see Hera, right? And there you see, now we've split again. Different time, different place. Here we get Ahsoka and Sabine, and Yang is back here. You can see there's the corner of his head, right? Is right behind her Leku, and there's his shoulder. Kang is in here, right? You see that? There's Sabine rocket shooting a guy here with a mask. This again could be Corvus. It's the place where she has the battle with Shin, right? We know that happens for sure. Here's the battle again with that Inquisitor. We've seen some of this. Seen some of this. There's, come on. There we go. Okay. Note, here's Yang again. There she is wearing her regular outfit. No Sabine. Right? Ahsoka, Yang, no Sabine. Different time, different place than before. Right? This is just, I think that they're running together, doing things maybe throughout the whole series. And this is a different time than the time before. Unless Sabine just got up and went to the ladies' room, and this happens to, and she could be back at the gunner station, whatever. Pay attention. You see them wearing different outfits. Remember the other time she was wearing the blue outfit, like she was hiding, and Yang was there. Here she's wearing her regular outfit. Yang is still there. There we go. Hera, shooty. Here's our Inquisitor trying to get away from Ahsoka. There's the Inquisitor. And again, this could be Corvus. Not exactly sure. Right? And Ahsoka. comes in and stops his blade. We have a fight there. And I'm not sure if that's Corvus or not. It very well could be. And here it mentions Ahsoka's coming up with a 2-episode premiere August 23rd. The other question was, is this 6 episodes or 8? A lot of people are thinking it's 6. I think it's 8. In which case we get 7 weeks of Ahsoka. So there you have it. Hey, Sketchcraft, good to see you. Good to see you, Rob. Working up the outfit timelines. We need a visual. Yeah, I'm gonna have to break that out and like put them in order, because this whole trailer is chopped up so that the sequence of events is really tough to put together, right? Yeah, the direct article had 6, and so people were running. It's only got 6 episodes, but it should be 8, right? We don't see any shots of the World Between World. The only one that we get maybe is the daughter standing there on in that engraving. That's maybe the only one, and that would be the portal that we then see blown up later. Not exactly sure. Not exactly sure. Your birthday month. Your birthday month, August. Mine's July. My birthday's coming right up. 10 days. 10 days. July 22nd. It's my birthday. So, so that's the breakdown of the episode of the trailer. I wanted to go through that with all of you all, because I think there's some misdirects in there for sure, making it look like things are more sequential. When you watch things, you tend to take it in sequentially, but you pay attention to the details. I think things are way out of order, and we may see Balin and Shin searching for Ahsoka. That's why she's wearing that outfit, because she's helping out with the Republic. Right? She's doing something there, right? Very good. Well, it's great to see you guys. It says, yes, we are. Most of the fandom is sincerely excited with minimal complaints and armchair directing. Eddie, thank you for the positive. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Eddie, and I look forward to seeing some of your content as well. It explains Christmas in July. It's Stan's birthday. I do have a thing coming up. All right, a couple of things here at the end as we wrap up. It's a fantastic trailer. There's a lot of things to break out of it. I finally have the giveaway of the decade. Right before my birthday, we're going to do a great big giveaway here on the channel. I've been waiting for this to come out. We've got from Sideshow Collectibles. They make the hot toy figures that you can get. I ordered a long time ago. Ordered these, and one I've had. Right, we've got here the Boba Fett on the throne there, right? But the collection's not complete without Fennec. It was not complete without Fennec Shand. And right here, it came just the other day. We can open it now. Look what I've got. Sideshow Collectibles, right there. Oh, you guys, we've got the Sideshow Collectible Fennec Shand. Let me open this. I've been waiting to do this on a live stream with all of you all. Vanessa, good to see you, my friend. Oh my goodness, I've missed you. Hopefully get to make my way back down to Florida again. Get a visit with you again. Had a great time the last time. Got a visit with Vanessa, and let's see if we can get this open. And her boys over at Disney World. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. All right, here we go. Let's see what's in here. Oh, look at that. That's inside the box. The Book of Boba Fett, FS, Fennec Shand. There it is. You know, you can't eat all the cookies. My goodness, how are you supposed to do that? How are you supposed to eat all of them in one night? A 10% off coupon. There you go. And then, I can't open it. I promised that I was going to send these. I wanted to be able to see it. Well, hold on. This is just an outer box. There's going to be an inner box. I'm going to send this unopened, except for this box. I'm going to open the outer box, and then I'm going to open this outer box to get to the inner box that has the figure, so you guys can all see. It'll be just like, oh, this is great. And you know, Ming Na Wen is such a jewel. She is absolute treasure, and what a nice thing. We get this wonderful Ming Na Wen, right? Fennec Shand to go with Boba Fett and the throne right here. This is absolutely fantastic. So we'll be giving this away. This set, both figures, will be given away next Monday. My friends, we're going to have our monthly Zoom call, and yeah, these are not cheap. I think the entire thing is over $600, and it depends on your membership status. This is for our Elite Squad members who have been with the channel for at least 6 months. Many of you have been with me since the very beginning. We're getting up on our 24 month, right? There's going to be 2 years. Some of you are going to get a new badge here. So we're going to be giving away to one of our Elite Squad members. Yeah, it's like $800. Yeah, for the entire thing, it's like $800. One of our Elite Squad members who has been with us for at least 6 months is going to win the entire collection. You're going to win the Boba Fett, the Throne, and Fennec, unopened. I'll ship them to you, and we'll be doing that giveaway on Monday. Again, I have to be Elite Squad members, been with us for at least 6 months. Some of you have been here much longer than that. So we'll be doing that this coming Monday. And then Thrawn. I've been talking a lot about Thrawn, and I've got a passion for him. I've been posting videos on our Patreon. We've covered the entire 2017 Thrawn novel, and I've posted more than half of Thrawn Ascension. We're going to work our way through the rest of that book, and then we'll get all of that down. And then you guys will go into the third book of that trilogy. Ascension happens right after Rebels season 3. So if you go back and you rewatch Rebels, you see season 3 is where you'll first meet Thrawn. Thrawn, the 2017 book, ends just before that. All right, so that 2017 book happens, and then immediately after that book comes Rebels season 3, and you learn some things about Arenda Price. I'm not a fan of Arenda Price. But you learn things about Arenda Price and Thrawn there. So you see that happen. At the very end of season 3, Thrawn has this encounter with the Bendu. The very next thing that happens is in Thrawn Ascension. And that book is there as well. My friend Nerd Mafia here has been reading through the books. He's in the second one right now, right? RF Gaming is going to hit 2 years, just 4 days. Yes. Monday, July 17th. That's right. Good to see you, Nick. Thank you so much. It was nice not to be banned in the chat for once. Oh, Nick, a good friend. Thank you so much. Nick's been on some other things as well. Hey, Nikki's been listening. Just got home. You know, Nikki loves Thrawn as well. And as I said at the very beginning of the show, because of my deep love for Thrawn as a character in the Star Wars universe, this series, Ahsoka, has the one that is most likely to damage my relationship to the franchise. They need to be doing it right? They need to be doing it right. Yeah. Hey, no kidding, Rob. Right? Where are Bestman and Jason giving away all the good stuff? No, I kid. Because they both give us great information every day, right? Every day. So Thrawn, I'm posting a video right after this. It's already uploaded to YouTube. It's an outtake of a prior live stream where I talk about the 2017 novel. I've uploaded more than half of the book to, I've been uploading the book reviews on Patreon, so you can join there. And there's one free week of membership on Patreon. So go to Patreon, look up Star Wars Santa. You can join the channel for free for a week. You can go through the entire Thrawn novel and Thrawn Ascension. I hope to have that finished next week. So if you wait just a little bit, I'll have that entire book as well. So you can go on there and get that. Yes, they give us the scoops. Yes, I'm happy Lars gets a chance. I know, and I saw your breakdown on Salty Inferno. You need to pay attention to Nikki and her friend. Why did I just forget her name? I just watched you guys earlier today. I can actually P. There's a P there. Yeah, you guys will give it to me. Why am I being so knuckleheaded? Anyway, Felicity, yes. Nikki and Felicity over on Salty Inferno. They went through the trailer as well. I have very high hopes for the series, but they better get Thrawn right. They better get Thrawn right. That's all I've got to say. If they mess that up, Santa's going to be salty too. I may have to go do a guest show over on the Salty Inferno because that's the P. Yeah, I may have to do a shot on the Salty Inferno if they mess Thrawn up. That's not going to go well for me. So thanks for hanging out with me. We've had fun going through the trailer today. I look forward to talking with my friends. I've got, hopefully on Friday, we'll be able to catch up with Jason and Meg and go through talk about the look, Nikki, there's a very, very good chance you could get a salty Santa. I'm just saying. They mess it up, I'm going to be salty. That's all I got to say. That's it. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. Hopefully Friday we'll be doing another live stream with Jason and Meg. And then Monday we're going to be doing the great big giveaway on our monthly Zoom call. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for hanging out with me again. And I can't wait to talk to you next time. Until then, my friends, ho, 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 Merry Christmas. And may the Force be with you all. Always. Bye-bye.